To start on the ribbed scrap yarn beanie, obviously you need some scrap yarn. So I have these colors, and you just pick a color to start with. So I'm going to do the pink. We're going to make a slip knot. So I make a circle with the small, or the end not connected to the ball of yarn on the top. Then you take the part that is connected, put it inside the hole, and pull it. And then you can make it smaller. And now we're just going to chain as many as reaches the crown of your head down to the middle of your forehead, and also we'll be able to make a flap, if that makes sense, and be able to roll it. So I'm just gonna start chaining. 1, 2, 3. So the way that I measure it, if this will stay up, is I go to the crown of my head, so like right where my bun is, and then down, and then if I'm able to fold it up like that. And I like my brim to be a little bit wider, so that's how I'm measuring it. I did 50 chains. Now we're going to turn our work, and you can see this first V. Don't go into that one. We're gonna go into the second one, and we're going to go into this back loop only. So right in the middle of the V, in, around, pull it through, and then around, pull through 2. And that's a single crochet. Then we go into the next one. Go in the V, around, through, around, through 2. And we just keep doing that all the way to the end. All right, sorry if you can hear the dryer. So we've gotten to the end here, and then we will chain 1 and turn our work. And as you can see on the top, there are some V's. We're just going to do it a single crochet in the back loop of each of them. So we skip the first V that we see, and then in the back loop only, you're gonna do a single crochet, and this will make the ribbed pattern. And you just keep doing this back and forth until we get to the end of the yarn, and I will show you how we connect the next color. We're essentially just making a square with the ribbed pattern, and then we will turn it into a hat by cinching the top. So go ahead and work on that, and I will come back when I've finished up the pink. So I wanted to give a little tip on how to make this edge as straight as you can. This took me forever to figure out for some reason, but when you are starting a new row, so I have just chained 1 and turned the row, you look on the top here. If you look on the top here, you'll see that there's the loop, and then there's the first V that the loop is in. Right there. You always skip that one and you go into the second V, and then I'll show you how to make it straight on the other end. So remember to always skip the first one that the loop is in and go into the second one. If we're on this back end, this is our last V right here. So we'll go in there, and then you actually have to go into one more spot. So I just go right here. You just kind of guess, honestly, and it will make this line super straight. If you don't do that, there will be some gaps. Okay, so now we're moving on to the orange, and you can attach it a different way, but I just tie it on there because I'm going to weave the ends in anyway. And I forgot to mention that I'm using a 6mm hook. Also, you can stop the color right at the end, but I like to use up all of the scrap yarn, well, as much as I can. So I like it to go kind of in the middle. I think it looks cool. So this is how much we have right now, and we have to make this side as wide around as our head. Hi, Hank. Hi. So I've finished off these 3 colors, and I measured it on my head. I'll show you how I do that. You just take it and measure it with the ribbing going up and down. around your head. And as you can see, I still have quite a bit to go, my whole forehead length. So I'm going to be using this color to finish it off, and I'm just going to attach it by tying these strings together and continue making our rectangle. I'm going to show you how to finish this. So the ribbing going up and down, if I fold it like this, this is the length of my, or the circumference of my head. So once you get to the right size, I'm going to fold it over with the V's facing up like that. Here's the V's on the green side. And then we're just going to use the back loop and attach it with a slip stitch to the pink. So you'll go in the back loop of the green, in one stitch of the pink, and do a slip stitch and attach it all the way. I've gotten to the end here with the slip stitches, and now I'm just going to cut this string off. I'm going to bring it through, and then I'm gonna wrap it around. It doesn't look very secure right here, so I'm just going to make a little knot right here, and then I'm just gonna weave it in. Now I'm just going to weave in these other random strings, and then I will show you how we actually turn it into a hat. I weaved in all of the strings, and this is the side with the seam. You can see it sticking out. So we're going to turn it inside out, and this will be the correct way that the hat's going to be. And then we just need to cinch this top part. So I'm going to take my green string, put it through my yarn needle, and we are just going to go around the top and just weave in and out. So from one side to the other. And you just do this all the way around, and you will be able to cinch it. We made it back to the start here. So now we will just pull this super, super tight, as tight as you can. And then the last thing you do is you're gonna just tie it off into a knot. Let me make these shorter. And then we weave it in to the green part, and we are done. Then when you put it on, you can just flip this up. You can still see the seam, unfortunately, but I just put that in the back, and we have our hat.